All right, we're ready to start another edition of Drew Pearson Live. Jen Reed is here, Paul Southon, D. Paul. Hey, everybody's here, so let's get this show started, and let's do it right now. Give me a hut hut on three. 1, 2, 3. Hut hut!
Welcome to Drew Pearson Live. Here we are in 2020 as we're doing it just like everybody else on Zoom. I'm not Drew, I'm Paul Southon, and I'm your co-host tonight. And while we wait for Drew to get done with the official NBC broadcast of the Dallas Cowboys game, I'm joined by my co-host, Jennifer Nickerson.
Hello.
Hello. We're going to talk all things Dallas Cowboys because tonight is the big night. This year, what a crazy year. There's no pregame. So we have no idea what's going on, how the team's going to look under a new coach, playing out of town with new players. And it's all a mystery to us. Although what we always try and say at the beginning of the year, Cowboys Super Bowl, the three most divisive words in sports history, maybe.
Hopefully this is the year.
Yeah, well, hopefully. You know, this is probably the best team or the best lineup that we've had in years. And
to start with the new coach and all his whole team of coaches. I mean, it's a fresh start for these guys.
It really is. And we're so lucky right now to be in a time where Jerry's been fighting. You got to love Uncle Jerry, you know, in a time where, well, we're not sure who's going to, you know, be able to see these games, where we're going to be able to see them. Of course, Jerry World's open for business. So next week, we're going to see what a home game looks like, socially distanced. But tonight, you know, I know there's some complications right now because of the fires going on in Southern California. So I know that they were saying that there could be some sort of problem or delay with a couple of the games out there. Have you heard anything about this?
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy how it's affecting so much. I mean, of course, just the lives that are having their houses and whatnot being burned, but who knew that fire could affect so much into the NFL even?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Well, so what's your prediction on this game? Of course, we always like to say we think the Cowboys win, but do you think they got it?
I want to say they do. I've never been a bandwagon fan. I am true to the core Cowboys fan. So even if it doesn't look good, I'm going to root for them. But I think they've got it. I really do. I think the team looks good. I think they're hyped up. I think it's going to be good. I think they're motivated to get in first game and win it, take it.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've got so much good stuff going on Drew Pearson Live. Of course, last year you saw us at Texas Live in Arlington, and that was such a fun show. We had a full band led by Darren Wise, D. Paul, and he's actually here with us tonight, and we're going to debut the new Drew Pearson Live theme song in just a little bit. But first, well, you know, we always have special guests. We always have really, really cool guests that we bring onto the show. And I got to ask you, did you watch America's Got Talent? Because I know millions of people did.
I know, I did watch it. I didn't watch every single episode, but I watched it. What was your favorite act that came on?
Well, you know, there's a guy, and it actually said underneath Mesquite, Texas, which is pretty cool, Terry Fader. And now he's one of the big acts in Las Vegas. So he was one of the first guys to actually come out from America's Got Talent and just load up these big arenas. And he's great. He does all kinds of puppetry and all kinds of stuff. But for now, he grew in his little Corona beard, and you know he's hitting the comedy clubs, which in itself is pretty interesting because those are socially distanced as well. Mm-hmm. I don't know. How are you feeling about everything? Would you go to a comedy club? Would you go to a sports game?
Well, first let me say this about Terry Fader. So very small world. I do a lot with military, and so there is a group called Air Power Foundation, and they host a sky ball every year, and I sing at it, and there's been multiple years where I've sang, and Terry Fader has been doing his act at it. So I've seen him live several times, and he is amazing. So everyone, don't go anywhere. You want to definitely catch his show. It's awesome. I am socially distancing. I am wearing my mask back to that. I'm doing what I need to do, but that cabin fever is strong. So I am very open. I actually went to the movie theater recently and saw a movie. It was awesome. And, but I just keep my distance from people and wash my hands. And so, yes, I would go to a comedy club. I would just do it right.
Yeah. Now this is going to be kind of cool because, like I said, Drew is going to come and join us in just a little bit, and we're so excited because this is a huge year for him. He finally got the Hall of Fame nomination, and of course, if you talk to Drew, being Drew, he will say it's not done yet, but we all know that he's deserved to get in, and he's going to go in, and it's going to be quite a celebration because it's one of those strange things. I think people just assumed for years and years that he was already in there. In fact, I did.
Yeah. No, it's going to be amazing. Absolutely, he's got it. There's no way he can't get it this year. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be great to celebrate.
Yeah. Well, he's, Drew has been. Yeah, he's joined his colleagues, and it's, his teammates and all kinds of guys that have been so great in the game. But Mr. HailMary, Mr. Clutch, the original 88, he needs to be in there. He needs that nice jacket and his whole team behind him. When we started doing Drew Pearson's show on Fox Sports, I can't even believe this. It was 2012. It's 8 years ago. And we thought, this would be really, really cool just for Drew to have a good platform, and he's such a good host, as you know, and he's so wonderful with everybody, and it's been just going. It turned from Drew Pearson Show to Drew Pearson Live, which was on KTXD, and then of course we were on ABC most recently, and now here we are, like everybody else, stuck at home, or at least me at the Virgin Hotel. we're stuck somewhere. And and so here we are on Zoom, and we're probably going to see this on a broadcast as well. Now, of course, what we're going to do, let's talk about the format of what Drew Pearson Live is going to look like now. Now, normally you won't see me; you'll see Drew first of all, which is who you want to see, and he's going to be sitting in his office, which is a really, really cool office at his home. And I don't know if you've ever been there, but it's got all kinds of memorabilia from different kinds. It's got all kinds of great pictures of the Fro, which I love. And he's even got those Burger King cups. If you remember those old glasses like they had with the Star Wars movies, the glasses, and it has a great picture of him with the Fro on there. I need to look on eBay and see if I can find some of those. Anyway, what he's going to do is he's going to come on and he's going to talk to us about what's going on in the game coming up, what's been going on with the Cowboys, all that kind of things. And then we're going to go into the Just Ask Drew segment, which is always so cool because people get to interact right one-on-one with him. And this is not Cameo. This is not some kind of a paid Zoom thing. This is, you go right in and ask him your questions. Ask him anything you want. He's so open and so cool, and he's going to go over everything. However, if we get any trolls in there, our great David Gates, who you can't see on here as the little Alf icon, he will drop you right out. So, and Drew may insult you. So, and you don't want that. You
don't want to be on that list for sure.
No.
Who can? It's Drew. We all love Drew. How can you not?
Oh, well, every once in a while, if you've ever been to an Eagles game.
That's true. Very true.
Yeah. So then Drew's going to be on at the halftime and then the post game. And then, but today he's going to be here after 7. And we had planned on having him here now, but of course, NBC swooped in as they do, which is fine. And they got him. So, I mean, this is his year. So it's wonderful. So what do? The Drew Pearson Live team, strong, comes in, and we're going to talk about everything. And it's great for me to look up here at Zoom and see all of our team here. We got our producer Mike Nast waiting in the wings. We got Darren Wise. He's even holding a guitar and has sunglasses on. It's not quite night yet, but it doesn't matter. If there's an action figure of DePaul, it would actually come with sunglasses, and they would not come off, you know? And then Jennifer Reed is waiting for us in there. And we're going to have all kinds of special guests come and join us throughout the season. You know, of course, we always had a Cowboys player on, which is really, really cool. And
well, I think he's paused for a second. So while he's paused, I'm just going to pick up where he left off. And it's great to have our whole team together. And it's going to be a great season. And let's just all hope this is our season for the Cowboys, but we know this is our season for Drew Pearson's Hall of Fame. So hopefully Paul will be there. You are.
Oh, hi.
You proved on us, man.
You know, I got to talk to Richard Branson about the internet here and the Virgin Hotel. I'm just kidding. But we're going to have all the entertainment interviews. In fact, coming up, some of the big Netflix movies, you're going to hear from the people who created those movies and some of the big films that are playing. Like today, for example, the Toronto International Film Festival. We've got some stars from some of those films joining us soon. So you're going to see just a little bit of everything here. And it's exciting. And, of course, we love feedback from you guys. So if there's anything that you want to see, let us know. Now, I know you want to see more of Drew, less of me. Me too. Okay. So let's see. And then we have our Hail Mary interview, which actually you did. So maybe you could talk a little bit about that.
Well, I'll have the same segments or the same type of segment as last year, which is just going to be highlighting some of our amazing citizens of this world that are doing amazing, heroic things. And so I actually just got back from interviewing one today. I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is, but the gentleman saved a kidnapped baby. So that's the kind of people that we're going to interview. But we have one today that I'm super excited about to talk about. It's from last year, actually, but it's going to be great. And we get to talk about it more and show y'all who they are, who our heroes are.
Yeah. And you did that with the great Gerald Kern, who is part of our team that we
best.
And,
yeah, Gerald's unbelievable.
And if you go to the food bank in Fort Worth, you're going to see him out there sweating, carrying food, helping people, loading up boxes, taking photos of people. He just does everything out there. So we're honored to have him on there. And let's give a couple shout outs to some people that are going to be there that we know are watching somewhere in them internets in there. So first of all, we want to say hi to the fine folks at Frisco Life, one of our sponsors for last season. And this is a cover story that actually I did due to our relationship with them. And it's about a survivor of 9/11, and he's telling his story for the first time. So, and he's right here in Frisco, or right outside of Frisco with us. And it was hard. It was hard for him to talk about what he went through, what he saw, because he was in the second tower, and he was up there when it hit, and had to go down a lot of flights of stairs, and the things that he saw are just crazy. And so he goes over that in here. His name's Kyle Pittenger. And if he's watching, we want to say hello to him. And then, of course, we want to say hello to Tequila Sheila, who will be watching us and hopefully joining us at some point, and maybe even bringing us some tequila, because I think now that we're broadcasting here, we can talk about things like tequila. In fact, we may even be able to sip on it, but we'll check with the great Michael Nast about that soon. But for now, I think what we're going to do is we're going to take a little break, and then when we come back, Darren Wise, guitar in hand, is ready to unveil the new Drew Pearson live song. We've got our Hail Mary Hero segment. We've got the Terry Fader interview, and who knows what's going to happen next. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. And we're back on Drew Pearson Live. I'm not Drew Pearson. I'm Paul Southon. And Drew is going to be joining us at 7 o'clock in case you missed that announcement. He's on right now with NBC for the first big Cowboys game. And we're so excited to have the Cowboys back. The Cowboys Nation is all fired up. We know that today. If you've been driving anywhere, you've been seeing all the stickers. You've been you've been seeing all the cars fly by you with the star logo. Everyone's getting all set up. They're all ready. We've got our TV on here. We're ready. We're in Zoom land, and we're bringing this to you on YouTube and Facebook Live. Now, of course, you know my co-host, Jennifer Reed. We've got her here today, so she's joining us from home, just like all of us. And say hi, Jen. How are you?
Hi, everybody. It's kind of weird to be zooming in on these times, but hey, we're trying to be as appropriate as possible during the time. So.
Yeah, well, we're all safe and sound here, and we don't have to wear our masks, which is great for you. But I might look better if I had a mask on.
Hey, you know what? Like it's I actually enjoy wearing the mask at times because I don't have to smile all the time. People are like, "Why are you smiling?" Well, because I don't really like to smile all the time. So, but yeah, it's interesting.
I think you can get one of those masks made of your face
with a clear little frame. That's interesting.
No, you could get one just of you smiling, and then you never really have to do it. You just put it on.
True. Yeah, that's perfect. It'd be perfect for me, actually.
Like a maniac.
Yeah. It's like, what is she thinking at this point? For sure.
Yeah. I'm actually going to get a DePaul mask, and it's going to confuse everybody, It's going to be a full DePaul mask with the sunglasses and everything. You're going to be so confused.
Yeah.
I have to get those, like, the sleeves.
The tattoo sleeve?
Yeah, but it's like a sock that you put over your arm.
Yeah, no, perfect. Yeah, me too.
That's going to be great. Well, no one does it better than him. Of course, you just heard that great theme song that we get a new theme song because, of course, the 88 on 8 is not where it's at right now. But who knows?
Yeah, he's incredible. He posted a video the other day, and I was just completely blown away. I mean, you can't even imagine the talent that he has in one finger. I can't even play the what was it, the little recorder from high school. Can't do that. So anyway, but yeah, super excited this season. It's very different. Last year was so open, and you take for granted what we were able to do last year. Being around each other, having an open set, and it's kind of sad, but at the same time, I'm appreciative that we're able to do it on this platform. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and of course, we always were able to intro our segments together, and in my entertainment segments, I love talking to the people that are the biggest and the best at what they do, and I've gotten to a point to where I kind of get like some, I start asking some of the same questions, but there's a reason for that because we've got such a great collection of advice from these people who are just doing so well. And, you're sitting at home, you're watching these people on TV, you listen to them on the radio, and you think, how in the world do I do this? Well, we're going to get some insight from all the stars, as we always do. But we also get the Hail Mary moment, which is, of course, the moment in their life or career where they just had to go for it and it worked out for them. So I thought, we got to have somebody on that's going to be kind of interesting. We started out last year with John Travolta. And, of course, this year, we don't have major A-list stars flying into Dallas right about now because, well, right. Everyone's keeping their distance, as they should. And so, but one thing that has opened back up, comedy clubs. So the improv.
Yeah, we went to one the other night, a couple nights ago. That was so much fun.
That's right. Yeah, we went to go see Anna B. So hello, Anna, if you're watching. And you know what? It was great. It was great to be back at a comedy club. And in case you're wondering, yes, it is socially distanced. And of course, you're wearing a mask when you're not eating or drinking. And it's funny. It's good to hear laughter again. It's good to have a group of people.
People are getting so stir crazy, and there's been the whole thing of being quarantined. It's actually kind of okay at first, but then after the second week, you're just like, is this going to end at some point? Like, I can't be at home, like, and not be able to be around people. And I can imagine people that are, I'm kind of introverted, extrovert. I can be a homebody, but people that are super extroverted, I don't know how they're dealing right now. So actually being able to go to a comedy club and have fun and laugh, let loose, and kind of just not think about all the craziness has been very, it's actually very helpful. So.
Absolutely. Well, of course, one of those people who's been coming around is Terry Fader. Now, I know that you're a huge fan of America's Got Talent and a huge fan of this one. So
I've loved him he's amazing. That whole talent that he's got going on with, I've tried to do it, but there's no chance I can, even try to emulate anything close to what he's able to do. So very.
Yeah, it's amazing. He can sing without moving his mouth and have the little puppets do it. And guess what? It was so cool. I made a special request, but he brought a special guest on with him on Drew Pearson Live, and it's one of his little puppets.
I can.
And which is really cool. And of course, we get the Hail Mary moment out of him, and then he gets to talk about America's Got Talent, about winning that, and now being sort of the king of Vegas. But in the meantime, he's got his quarantine beard going on, and he's
he needs to invite us to Vegas so we can go and experience his show firsthand.
Well, you don't have to ask me twice for that.
Let's go.
We just have to watch out for Elvis over there.
Hey, exactly. I'm ready.
We're not getting married unless DePaul's there to do our wedding song on guitar, sunglasses on at night and everything.
Hey, hope he'll be the wedding singer.
I don't know. Does DePaul sing?
No, Bishop needs to be there to be the wedding singer because he is.
There we go.
Bishop is, he's something else.
Now this sounds like a wonderful, a great and terrible trip to Vegas, as most of them are.
An annulment's going to happen at some point, probably on the way back. Never know.
Well, first let's keep it all in Texas, and let's go to this interview with Terry Fader talking about everything from America's Got Talent to his Hail Mary moment.
And as I began to study it and look at other ventriloquists of the day, like people like Jay Johnson from Soap, Willie Tyler and Lester, and then of course from way before my time, Jimmy Nelson, Sherry Lewis, Edgar Bergen and Charlie McCarthy, Paul Winchell, I really did just fall in love with the art and the craft of it. And so just decided I wanted to be one of the tops. I made that a goal to be one. Like, really, that's your goal? But really, my big goal was, like I said, I was playing elementary schools and I was playing a county fair. So I was doing really small stuff, but I was very content and very happy at it. So I wanted to get on America's Got Talent. My assumption was I was going to get on 2, if I was really lucky, get on 3 episodes. And then they would kick me off like they did almost everybody else, because there's only one winner. There's hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people that try out for it. And then it would be easier for me to book myself at elementary schools and comedy clubs and other things. And so I never intended to win the thing. I didn't go on to win it. I really went on to give myself a good sizzle reel to send to fairs and schools. And so I just kept going on through every single week. Every week I would be like, wow, I'm one step closer. And then at the last, I didn't expect to win it. I thought I was going to come in second, and I was very happy to be coming in second. And then I ended up winning and getting a Vegas contract within a month. It's crazy. I mean, it really is nuts. So talk about a Hail Mary. The last thing I expected was to be, to catapult from being. It's actually unprecedented. Before me, there was no one that went from complete and total obscurity to headlining a major casino in Vegas within a year. I mean, it had never been done before. Now it's being done a lot more because of America's Got Talent and because of my success. I'm very proud to be one of the pioneers of that too.
Yeah. Now I understand you've got a couple of special guests with you.
I do.
You have a couple of the.
Oh,
now
hi.
I'm curious to see you. Oh,
how are you doing? What's your name?
Good. How are you? My name's Paul.
Hi, Paul. I'm Winston. This is Winston. He's my main guy. Yeah. No, Terry's the line lane guy. Right. Okay. I guess that does make sense. And the funny thing is, can I tell him? Absolutely. I did not exist before America's Got Talent. No, he did not. And the true story, it's a very true story. I was actually going to use a Kermit the Frog puppet. And the Muppets would not allow me to use that on America's Got Talent. So he found me. I was in a pond. And he looked a little down. I did. Yeah, he was kind of depressed. And so I said, "Is there anything I could do to help you?" And I told him, I said, "Yeah, Mr. Turtle. Yeah, because that's my formal name, Mr. Turtle, right?" And so I said, "Can you do an impression of Kermit the Frog?" And I said, "Hi, ho, Kermit the Frog here." Right, and that's how he was born.
Well, I love it. Well, I'm so happy that we have a Winston because we already have a Kermit the Frog, so we need a new great character. This is wonderful.
I like how you think.
And you get to travel with all new friends, right? Who else do you have with you?
Well, you know what? I don't have any of the others here with me. They're actually in suitcases. Yeah, they're preparing. Actually, one of them is drunk. That's really fun. He's not kidding. One of my characters, when I started doing the comedy club, I said, I'm going to have one of my characters come out on stage drunk. And, and that's Walter T. Airedale. And Walter is actually my cowboy puppet. Can you do an impression? Yeah. And since they're not here, I'll do an impression. Okay. So what does Walter sound? Hello there. I'm Walter T. Airedale. I'm a country singer. You did that really well. Thank you. That's my specialty.
Really well. Hey, you might have your own show there, Winston.
I think so. I could do this whole thing without Terry. Yeah, I'd like to see that. Terry.
All right, and we're back. So how cool is that? Terry Fader right here on Drew Pearson Live, and getting a Hail Mary moment from him, and a little special appearance from Winston, which is so cool because, if you're able to have that kind of talent, you should absolutely show it off at any point. In fact, if I could do it, I'd probably have a little puppet co-host with me right now. But
Absolutely.
got the real thing. I've got the Jennifer Reed with me. What did you think of that? That was cool, right?
That's amazing. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. I mean, anytime there's a person that has that kind of talent, it kind of just makes you want to, try it yourself. My son actually was trying that the other day. I was talking to him about Terry Fader, and he was trying to do the same kind of thing with one of his toys. And it's kind of cute to see that. But I mean, someone that has that kind of talent, it kind of blows my mind, to be honest with you. Like, I'm glad that he's gotten the opportunity to, put his talent on a bigger screen. So.
Absolutely. Well, I know that. Wow. One of the most unpredictable things about these Zoom conferences, and tell me if I'm wrong about this, how funny is it when you do these professionally and someone forgets to mute their mic? Oh my goodness. Or you see something funny going on in the background. Oh, it's great. I bet there's going to be a great compilation of clips.
Oh no. Everyone has some sort of story with the Zoom experience. I mean, me working from home, same thing. It's, my son runs in the room and interrupts me while I'm in the middle of a business call. And it's people laugh. It's kind of, you have to at this point. So.
Yeah, well, I'm always happy with myself. Well, we're going to take a break here real quick, but when we come back, our very own D. Paul is going to join us, and he's got some exciting news too because he's joined the Gibson family, and then of course we're going to talk about our Hail Mary Heroes segment with Jennifer Nickerson. And then in any minute now, Drew's going to join us. He's just wrapping up with NBC right now. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. right, and we're back on Drew Pearson Live, which of course is we're doing via Zoom, and you're watching it through Facebook Live and YouTube, which is a whole new thing for us. And we've had Drew Pearson Live in many formats, but we've had some consistencies throughout Drew Pearson Live and Drew Pearson Show, one of which is Darren Wise, a wonderful guitar player who you just heard his new Drew Pearson Live theme song. And he's joined us right now. And we've also got Jennifer Nickerson here with us, who's going to tell us about our HailMary Hero. How you doing, guys?
Doing good. Excited for this game to start.
I know. We're so excited to have Cowboys football back. And we're excited to have Darren Wise here.
How's everybody?
He speaks. This is a very rare thing. You know, if you've watched Drew Pearson Live before, you know, he lets the guitar do the talking. We really don't get too much out of him. Sometimes Drew will try and put a mic on him. No, it's not going to happen. So we're going to take in every word. Darren, tell us about the move to Gibson, because you're with Paul Reed Smith guitars, which are beautiful guitars, but hey, Gibson are great guitars. I mean, I've got a couple myself.
Yeah. I love all guitars, but the home base is really Gibson, so very happy to be with them, and we're going to create a lot of new music with those guitars, and we're going to hear some of it here.
Oh, that's so cool. Well, yeah, we love getting new music, especially right now. It's 2020. We're all in a kind of a weird place, and so anytime someone's got any kind of good new movie, any kind of good new book, any kind of good new song, give it to us, please.
Yeah. Yeah. So
All
I
right.
some new music for the show, and I think we're going to hear some of that tonight.
Good. Well, I know Drew's going to be excited about that. I mean, who wouldn't like to have your own theme song, you know?
Yeah, right.
Well, and then, of course, we've also got Jennifer here with us. And Jennifer, one of my favorite things is, you know, we have the Hail Mary moments, which are really, really cool because, you know, they're often celebrities talking about, you know, the great things that they've done and how they've done it. But, you know, the Hail Mary heroes are even cooler to me because these are real people that are doing really, really cool things. And you've got one. Well, I know that you did one today, but we've got a highlight from before that we're going to talk about. So before Drew pops in here, tell us about this.
Yeah, I'm excited to kind of go over it again. There was a group of guys from last season that we interviewed that we're going to watch their clips. So I'm not going to say too much because it speaks for themselves. But basically, it's two different teams that were in the playoff games, and one team, some hardships happened, and the other players that won before celebrating with their team, they went over to the opponent team, helped someone up off the ground that had fallen and collapsed. And basically, it's just a story of putting other people first, no matter the similarities or differences, and just loving other people and helping them out. And I'm going to let the story speak for itself. So we could roll that, and then we talk about it afterwards.
Sounds great. Let's take a look.
Special moment, and I believe that this is a God thing. There's a lot of moving parts that has went into this, from Decatur ISD to Dumas ISD to both very, very supportive communities. There's a lot of good things going on with the youth.
Amen.
And we're in a country that desperately needs it right now, and so my hope is that this just has continued to move on throughout our world.
Coach, introduce these guys before we move on. Who you got with you?
This is Emmanuel Abanos. He's a freshman football player for us.
Right on, Emmanuel.
And this is his brother, Uriel Abanos.
Okay, right on.
Which is a senior.
And they're brothers.
And they're brothers.
I mean, it's just in your DNA to help.
And again, I think that just goes back to the way they were raised. Their mother has done a fabulous job raising two great young men.
So you're raised by a single mom. Y'all are raised under this integrity, character first, helping others first mindset that's just natural for y'all. Your mother was diagnosed with cancer just recently. Other people wouldn't handle it the same way, I think, is the point. And the fact that that's your instant response is to help others no matter what. We're in a me society, and you guys are not. And that's what's so amazing about this story.
Well, what inspired you guys to make that gesture at that moment?
Just how down he was, and just I've seen a video just like that before, and just seeing how somebody can really be or could care more about another person than their winning and all that. Right. Just it really makes a person happy.
Well, that's special because now I got a feeling going to develop a friendship out of
Yes,
this
sir.
between you guys. That's
Yes.
pretty cool, and that's what it's all about, Jen.
A quote from Coach.
And welcome back to Drew Pearson Live. And once again, I'm not Drew. You know that. I'm Paul Southland, and I'm here to sub in for Drew, who will be with us any moment. He's finishing up his broadcast with NBC for the big game. It's the first big game back. We're so excited. We didn't know if we were going to get a 2020 football season, but guess what? We got one, and we've got such a great team. We're so excited to see this. I know I've got the TV on in this hotel room at the Virgin Hotel. I'm excited. I'm going to be in here yelling by myself. I need some good football snacks. Maybe they could do some room service here. Maybe they'll bring some hot dogs or hamburgers or anything, really. So Richard Branson, Bill Hutchison, if you're listening, send it up. But in the meantime, I'm excited that we've got Drew coming on with us because it's his big year. He's been due for the Hall of Fame for so long, and now it looks like it's right upon us. And so you're going to get to hear right from him how he feels about that, what kind of happened last year, and what he's learned from all this, because we've discussed that ourselves. And you know what? It's better, rather than me recreate it, he's just going to go ahead and tell you himself. And it's an exciting time. It's something that he absolutely deserves. And it's really cool that he's going to get to see it because, as he's seen, some of, if they wait too long, sometimes people don't get to see it. Which is really kind of grim, but it's true if you think about it. And if quarantine and 2020 has taught us anything, is that nothing is guaranteed, and we really need to do as much as we can while we can. And if there's anything that we want to accomplish or any kind of group or club or anything that we want to join, we probably should do it. But who knows? We may be cursed to walk the earth for many, many more decades. We just never know. But like me, in the meantime, I'm doing everything I can. I just finished my book, and we're going to talk about that coming up in the season. But for right now, we're talking Cowboys football. So next week we get our home game. What is this going to look like? I don't know, because we're stuck in Zoom land, so I don't think we're going to be at the
Speaking of Zoom land, sometimes there's those there's moments where you get a little snag, but I think that we're all excited about the Cowboys football season.
Do you have any kind of idea how this is going to look? Either, Jennifer.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi. You were a little frozen for a minute, so it took a minute. No, I'm excited for the football season. I think that we kind of need this to kind of come out of the sad part of being in quarantine. There's been no sports. Seeing it come back has been kind of I'm amped by that whole energy. People are so excited, so I can't wait.
Yeah, and I know Jennifer Nickerson, you're a big football fan. Are you excited to see what this game is going to look like, or what the social distancing is going to look like? Because I don't know, we might have to escape Zoom land and go to one of these games and see how it works out.
Yeah, I'm curious with this ginormous arena, Jerry World, how it's all going to pan out. With, I think, did he say 50% can go in, or is it it's less than that?
Yeah, I think it's definitely less than that. But I'm curious to see how they're going to do it, because they were talking about a pod sequence, and being able to go in, because, let's just say you've got a family of 4, or you've got 2 people or 3 people in your party. Can you all sit together? These are the kind of things that we're still trying to figure out. In fact, I went with my family to the Alamo Draft House, which is a really, really cool theater. And they've always been so great, and they really, really care about their customers. They care about films, that they make sure that people aren't talking. Well, now they're very big on their social distancing, and they make sure that you exit by rows. And they do all kinds of things to make sure it's clean in there and it's safe. And another shout out we should give is to our former Drew Pearson show producer, Tom Stokes, who has a company called Dissengerm. And if you need something cleaned or if you need it disinfected, that goes for your business, your house, your car. Disingerm is the way to go. So I don't know if Alamo Draft House is doing that, but anyway, they've got all kinds of social distancing that they do over there. But family of 4, we couldn't all sit together, which was kind of weird. So now, who knows how that's going to work? Because if I'm going to go to the Cowboys game, I want to sit with my family. So maybe Drew might even have some insight on there. So when Drew comes on, we're going to talk about so in the Facebook Live, there's going to be a link to join in on our Zoom and ask Drew some questions, which is really cool. We're going to have, he's going to be open to anything. Now, I'm curious to know for how many of you have met Drew, because Drew is so cool. He's always so nice to everybody. He, he's got that great Super Bowl ring, which he will take off and put on people's fingers, and which is amazing to me. Oh, speaking of, I hear that familiar voice.
What up, guys?
There he is, Drew Pearson.
There's a beautiful Jen, and then there's also Paul.
There's also Paul.
And there's Paul. He's beautiful too, though.
Yes, he is. He's in his own way.
Yeah.
How's things going so far with the show?
It's going great. We're doing Drew Pearson Live, but there's no Drew Pearson. So they got me. So now I know they're excited to have you back. The original 88. It's Cowboys season. It's the first big game, and I know you're probably just talking about it on NBC, but we're going to talk about it here. What do you think is going to happen in this game?
Yeah, it's going to be a tough test for Cowboys. There's going to be no fans in the stand in this brand new stadium out there in L.A. And it's a beautiful stadium. You guys see pictures of that? It's awesome, man. And they tried to do everything they could do to try to top AT&T Stadium, because we had the #1 stadium in the world. Now they probably have it. But anyway, it's going to be tough. Even though no fans will be in the stands, because it's their home game, they get to control the crowd noise that will be piping into the game. So they can, when the Rams do something good, you'll hear that crowd noise. But when the Cowboys do something good, you won't hear that. Or when the Cowboys do something bad, you might even hear some boos. So that'll be interesting to see how all that pans out. But there's a lot of good matchups in this game. The first matchup you want to look for is who's Jalen Ramsey, their high-priced cornerback, number 20. Who's he going to cover? I got a feeling it's going to be Amari Cooper, number 19. He'll start out on him. So let's watch that matchup. And then they got a defensive lineman named Aaron Donald. He's probably the best defensive lineman, maybe the best defensive player in the National Football League. So he's going to be going up against Joe Looney and Connor Williams. We'd like him to go up against Zach Martin, but they're too smart to put him up against our best offensive linemen. So they'll put him up against Looney and Williams. So watch that matchup there. The other big matchup will be the coaching guys, McVay against McCarthy. The Irish against the Irish, okay? Which one's going to win in this football game tonight? But it's going to be interesting to see. We kind of know what McVay is all about, and they know a little bit what McCarthy's all about from his days with Green Bay, but they don't know what he's going to do as a head coach of the Dallas Cowboys with this personnel and talent that he has with this Cowboys football team. So it's going to be interesting to see how these coaches match up in this football game. And with that, with the Philadelphia Eagles losing today to the Washington Redskins, the Giants play Monday night. This is a big game for us as far as the standings, because we want to get that game up, a leg up on the Eagles, no doubt. And then we'll deal with the Redskins when we have to. But anytime we can get an NFC team to lose, that's a big plus for the Dallas Cowboys. So it should be a good game, a knockdown, drag out. One thing I noticed, guys, today and watching some of the games is I was really impressed with some of the talent, not just the talent, but the execution of the plays out there, for not having no preseason games, no OTAs, no off-season conditioning or anything like that. You know, the players stepped between those lines, and they were giving you good quality NFL football despite not having all that going in. And I'm watching these guys make plays all day long out there on the football field without the preseason. So let's give these players some credit for stepping up and playing the game, the NFL football game, the way it's supposed to be played, despite not having all the preparation to get ready to play, not just this game, but ready to play the season. So we'll see how it all turns out. You guys looking for a prediction?
Cowboys.
Hey, Darren. What's up, Darren? All right.
Hey, guy.
What's up,
Great to
buddy?
see you.
Yeah, look at that. Drew, I don't know if you know this, but you got a new theme song. I don't know if you got a chance to hear it yet, but Darren presented us with a theme song that everyone else got to hear. So that's pretty great.
We got time to hear it? Let's hear it.
Yeah.
Crank it up, Darren.
I think David's got that.
Yeah. Well, David's gonna crank it up. We're gonna take a listen to it. This is exciting. I'm getting really pumped for this game. I'm looking up at the hotel TV, and we're almost on. Everyone's excited to see how the Cowboys are going to do with this new coach and how everything's going to happen. And of course, we've got another 88, which Drew, you're not mad about.
Oh, no, that's a tradition, the legacy of double A's. It's only reserved for guys that qualify with the talent, not just what they bring on the field, but off the field as well. And Jerry, he doesn't ask us. It's not a voting thing, you know. He doesn't ask our permission or what we think or who should be anointed with as the next number 88. He doesn't go to Michael and say, what do you think? He doesn't go to Drew and say, what do you think? Or even Dez didn't go to him. But they do that through the Cowboy organization, and they save and reserve that number for who they think is worthy of wearing that number. Not just wearing it, but once they put it on, they're going to do something in it. And I know CD Lamb is licking his chops to get in some NFL football, you know, and show what he can do. And we're pretty lucky that the Cowboys were able to have him fall to us at number 17, because he is a top 5 talent coming out of that draft. You know, he ain't no 17th round pick, but because things fell, somebody took the Ruggs from Alabama and Judy from Alabama, took those guys early. And so that allowed CD Lamb to fall to us at number 17. So we're going to use him. I heard he wants to run punts back. Hey, the original 88, number 88, did that when he was a rookie. He ran punts and kickoffs back. Anything to get on the field to make something happen. And I think the Cowboys are going to take advantage of what he can bring by letting him run some punts, using him in situations where he might even run the football, but mostly he'll be in situations where we're going to try to get him man-to-man coverage so that he can beat that. With CD Lamb, he averaged over 20 yards a catch at OU. So when he touches the ball, that's when the action starts. So look for that tonight. Look for that tonight.
Yeah, and if he's watching this, Drew, you got to show him what that ring looks like.
Oh, yeah, that's the ring.
Yeah.
And this is what they look like, since y'all never seen one. The Rams never won a Super Bowl, have they? No. They won it in St. Louis? I don't know. But anyway, that's the Super Bowl ring. That's the Cowboy style.
All right.
You know,
well,
we feel like we're part of Los Angeles. We probably got more Cowboy fans in Los Angeles than Ram fans, you know, because we trained out in Thousand Oaks all those years, and we developed a fan base out there in Thousand Oaks and in California, especially in Southern California. And so those fans are still Dallas Cowboy fans. You know, they look at the Rams as the St. Louis Rams. They look at the Chargers as the San Diego Chargers. They still don't feel like they have a home team that they can root for, because all these teams have come in from somewhere else, you know, and their tradition lends them to be in other cities and stuff like that, their fan base and all that. So it's split up. But the Cowboy fan base, we all know, it's just not America's team. We're global. We're a global brand, and we do it that way. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Oh yeah. In fact, there's a lot of British fans. So if they're watching, we got to say hello to them, because I was surprised. I was over in London and the Cowboys rallies were amazing.
Yeah, they call it the telly. The Cowboys on the telly, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, we got a fan base in England, and they all come over, at least a group of them every year, at least for one game every season, you know? And you get to meet them, you know where they come from once they start talking, okay? You know, they got that British accent, you know, and they bring it good. But anyway, we're a global team, so we got fans all over the world. And if this game was live, or fans could be part of this experience tonight to open up the 2020 season, there would be more Cowboy fans, I guarantee you, in that stadium than Ram fans, okay? Because like I said, we got a fan base out there that's been developed over time, and those fans are loyal, and they have their allegiance to the Dallas Cowboys. And the Rams and the Chargers are trying to get some of that. But, you know, we Cowboy fans, we don't give it up easily. You know, we don't give it up easily.
Yeah. Now, Drew, we're about close to kickoff. I think about 2 minutes away. One thing that we love getting from you is your prediction, because sometimes you're right on the money. So what do you think's going to happen in this game? You got a score prediction?
Yeah, I think, of course, a Cowboy victory, okay?
Yeah.
And it's not going to be no knockdown, boring defensive game. The Cowboys are going to jump out on these Rams early. They're going to extend the score throughout the game. And the Rams are going to be playing catch-up football from then on out, where our defensive line can put the pressure on Jared Goff, because he will throw it up if you put pressure on him. So I'm predicting a Cowboy victory, and I think we'll have great success on offense, scoring a lot of points. The defense will give us good field position to help us put the ball in the end zone. So I'm predicting a 34-14 Dallas Cowboy victory. And you heard it first right here on Drew Pearson Live.
There we go. Well, that sounds like a great way to wrap it up right before kickoff. And as a reminder, we're going to be back here for halftime and then after the game too. But Drew, we're going to have so much to talk about at halftime.
Yeah, we're going to watch the game, and then we'll come just like the coaches go in the locker room, make some adjustments. We'll make some adjustments and get back on the air with some adjustments that we've made. And hopefully we'll have some interaction with the fans tuning in, and they may have some questions about the first half performance of the Dallas Cowboys.
Good. Well, it's 7:20, so let's go to the kickoff, shall we?
All right, let's do it. See you at halftime, guys. Hood, hood.
Hood, hood.
Good.
Thanks, Jay.